And now, Knock 2 Studios presents Common Censored.
Three, two, one, lift off.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Common Censored, getting started nice and early tonight. Thanks, everybody, for being here. All of you new censored commoners, sorry. All of you censored commoners, not just the new ones. I'm Lord Sterling, and this is episode 270. Michigan Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson's asshole admits nationwide Dominion voting machine problems affecting people's votes. It can't be fixed, guys. It can't be fixed. Colorado Secretary of State busted accidentally leaking 600 voting machine BIOS passwords machines in 63 of 64 counties in Colorado. Kamala Mamala campaign busted manipulating X community notes. ABC airing fake test results for the election on air live. I don't necessarily think it was a test or an accident. Maybe a test, but not an accident. And they're probably planning to steal. The fix is in, guys. Make sure to join us Monday through Friday, 6:45-ish p.m. Eastern Time as we cover all the crazy clown world clusterfuck chaos on Common Censored. Use hashtag Common Censored and hashtag Info Infantry when you share the broadcast. You can find us on X at Lord Sterling _ and on Truth Getter Gab Minds at variations of Common Censored and _ Common Censored. Thanks to all of our new followers on Rumble. Appreciate you guys. As ever, links to all the stories we covered today will be posted down in the video description on Rumble beneath the broadcast window immediately following the termination of the show. So if you're watching this later and you need to maximize the efficiency of your time and attention and energy, hop on down there, click the show more button, skim through all the topics we discuss, and Mama Mac will be adding timestamps throughout the broadcast so you can jump right to the point in the show where we cover the things that you are interested in. Show Mama Mac some love and head over to alplama.com, your new herbal health guru. And if you want to support the show directly, you can head over to our link tree at Common Censored, where you can find various ways to support us. Disclaimer: views expressed on Common Censored are only opinions. Assume everything we say is false and research for yourself. We're not giving medical, legal, or financial advice. The only advice we are giving is think for yourself. Question authority. Think for yourself. Question authority. Boom! All right, let's hop into the news. We've got a special guest joining us today. It's Big Ugly himself, Ed Hoskins. What's up, Ed?
What's up, guys?
Good to see you, man. Back in sunny Florida.
Yeah, finally.
Nice.
Well, I've been here.
Nice.
I've been here for a minute, but Georgia. I thought I hated Ohio. I hate Georgia.
Oh damn! Are you wait? Are you in Georgia now, or are you in?
No. When we were
Florida?
going through Georgia, we were stuck our first day traveling 12 hours in Georgia.
Damn, brutal. Oh, real quick,
For
one thing
no
I forgot.
reason.
just forgot to say it's Hump Day. So thanks for joining us on this beautiful, glorious Hump Day. Thanks for reminding me, Sean, in the chat. Anderson Inc. If you're in Connecticut and need tattoos, hit up Anderson Inc. My boy Sean will take good care of you. All right. So space is fake and gay, but I thought that was pretty cool. And this channel over here has lots of really cool SpaceX footage. Let's see, Everyday Astronaut. They have all kinds of cool tracking, telescope, zoom shots of SpaceX rockets doing all kinds of cool stuff. So if you guys want really cool SpaceX footage, head on over to Everyday Astronaut.
Fake and gay.
Fake and gay. Sure, man. Oh, man. So I thought that was fun, but that is not the important stuff we've got to talk about today. There's all kinds of just insane news breaking like this. Can't make this stuff up, Alex Jones says at Real Alex Jones, reposting End Wokeness at End Wokeness. ABC accidentally aired election results of Harris winning Pennsylvania by 5% with 100% of the votes in. Did you see this, Ed?
Yeah, sure they did.
Yeah, totally an accident, guys. Pay no attention to the rigging machines behind the curtain. Harris, 52% with 3,293,712 votes, and Trump trailing at 47% with 2,997,793 votes. They're claiming, "Oh, we're just testing the system, guys. It's just a test. It's nothing, not a big deal. Don't worry about it." I don't buy it. Kyle Becker at Kyle N.A. Becker posting, WNEP Scranton mistakenly showed the Pennsylvania results for the 2024 election. ABC News affiliate called it a, quote, test, unquote, run. You'll never guess who they showed winning. Of course, it's crazy Kamala Mamala. And they're playing it during like a NASCAR race or a F1 race or something over here. Showing all these various results for different people. But of course, they have Kamala winning. And this isn't the first time they've done it either. They issued, let's see, where is it? Oh, they did it in Arizona also with the Hobgoblin, Katie Hobgoblin versus Carrie Lake back in 2022. They did it in Arizona. There are no coincidences. Paul Gosar over here posting, "Hey, Fox, what's with the fake election graphic that's got Hobbs over Carrie Lake? Is this the same Fox News that called Arizona for Biden 5 minutes after the polls closed? Remember 2022 doing the same thing, showing fake results? What is up with this, man? What's up with this?" Yeah, good call, Threeper. Timestamp this, screenshot these, and let's check the actual results on the 5th.
It's not like anything's going to be done about it because they're already doing it in Pennsylvania. It's just, it is what it is. And
Dude,
nobody's
it's so
getting in trouble for
ridiculous.
this shit. Nobody.
Nobody's getting in trouble.
Except for
as
that
usual.
one broad.
Oh, yeah, Tina Peters,
Yeah.
who got in trouble for doing her job and preserving the election evidence. And it was
Oh, no, I'm talking...
Oh, different
I'm
one?
talking about the one, shit, I don't remember the fucking video, but yeah, she actually got sentenced because of voter fraud. She said she was doing it to show how the elections are rigged.
Sure.
And I can't find
Convenient.
that fucking video. Yeah, no, it was crazy, and I'm like, I want to give her the benefit of the doubt, but she's a Democrat, so
no benefit of the doubt for Democrats. They don't operate on good faith. And they did this also in the 2020 election as well. ABC put up presidential election results on air. They do this every single election. They did it in Arizona in the 2020 midterm, and they did it in the 2020 election. No way in hell. This is just a mistake every time. And if they're just doing a test, do it off the air. It's not that complicated. They're seeding the public consciousness with the results that they want us to expect. Whether they're fake numbers or whether they're working on the rig already, getting their fake numbers for the actual election day ready. Either way, they shouldn't be doing this. It's not news. It's fake news. ABC is fake news. They're broadcasting fake news, period. I don't care if they say it's a test. It's fake news. It's not real. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Well, we're not going to know who president is anyways on day of election. We're not going to know.
Right. We're going to have to wait like a week, a month, 10 to 13 days in Arizona.
It's just fucking ridiculous.
It's completely ridiculous. So We have a post over here. Oh, if I can get it to work. All right, here we go. Note from WNEP. Election test results mistakenly shown on air. The test results aired for several minutes during coverage of Formula One racing. They're saying it was mistakenly. They mistakenly revealed that they're planning to rig the election. That's what's going on, in my opinion. No amount of spin is going to change my mind. Test results for the upcoming November 5th general election mistakenly appeared on WNEP TV early Sunday evening during a broadcast of the Formula One Mexico Grand Prix. Those numbers should not have appeared on the screen, and it was an error by the WNEP that they did. Yeah, so this is an error, they're saying, and it's bullshit, man. Totally ridiculous. Lick my cinnamon ring, Democrat scumbags. Test results, my ass. This is rigging in the making. They didn't mean to show it because they're preparing their fake numbers for election day, in my opinion. I could be wrong.
They're not letting Trump back into office. They're not.
Right. They can't, just like with the Kerry Lake thing. That's what I was saying. They couldn't do it. And then what do you know? Election day, a whole bunch of machines, 72% of machines in Republican districts in Arizona, in Maricopa County specifically, failed. Speaking of failing machines, how about this? MJ Truth Ultra at MJ Truth Ultra on X posting this election update everyone should know. Michigan Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson's asshole admits Dominion voting machines has a nationwide, quote, programming error that only affects disabled voters and votes may not get counted. A VAT is a special type of device that people with disabilities may use to assist with marking their ballot, which is then printed from the machine and put through the tabulator. Now, voters using a VAT to vote this election will have to either vote straight ticket or manually split their ballot. How many disabled voters do you think will get this notice? How many votes will this impact? This is the same
What
woman.
do you mean by disabled voter?
I'm not even sure. What I don't know. What different machines for disabled people? It sounds like is that discrimination or is that the opposite of discrimination? I don't know.
I don't know. All right, I've never even heard of that.
Neither have I. But Jocelyn Benson, this is the same woman who announced they won't have the results of the election until the day after the election. Link here. It's the same woman who received funding by George Soros and approved unsolicited absentee voter ballot applications to over 800,000 people and told the clerks, don't verify the signatures. Same woman with the election authority in a state to have been found to have 500,000 more registered voters than there are people old enough to vote. This is the same woman who threatened local level officials that if they don't certify a rigged election, they'll be arrested for felonies. This is the same woman who refused to take RFK Jr.'s name off the ballot in Michigan. Let's check out this little press conference.
So it's been noted that there's been issues with the programming of the VATs with specifically
Yes.
from Dominion.
Mhm.
Why was that only caught in the past few days, and why can't it be fixed? I saw the release with the
Yeah, this is a nationwide issue with Dominion voter access terminals in the counties
get
that
rid of
use
the
them.
fucking
voter
machines.
access terminals, of course, not all
For
the
real.
machines, just the ones that are accessible, have an issue with the straight party voting and a programming issue that's again affected the machines nationwide. And I think all of us that use Dominion machines were unhappy
baffled.
to learn about this during
No, you weren't, you dumb cunt.
the testing
Sorry.
period and as early voting began. So we're working with Dominion to seek accountability on that front, and also are working with our clerks to ensure voters are aware of this programming issue that will require them to ensure they are voting every section on the ballot.
Do you think it's a bigger issue in Michigan because we do allow voters to cross over in ways that a lot of other states don't?
Because we have straight party, it's not struck me as I've talked to my other colleagues in other states. They're just as upset about it as we are.
Bullshit.
So, yeah,
Bullshit.
we're surprised, I think. Yeah.
Total bullshit. Where's the bullshit flag when you need it?
Now, where is the bullshit flag on that one?
So look at this. Michigan has more people registered to vote than are actually even old enough to vote in the state at 103.8%. I don't know about you, but if you have every person, right? If you have a number, you can't have more than 100% of that. It doesn't make any fucking sense. So
I'm from Michigan. It is one of the most corrupt states in our country.
Oh man. Yeah, good thing you got the hell out of there. You were back home recently. How was it?
The one good thing was I saw a lot of Trump signs, so we'll see. Like a lot
Yeah.
of Trump signs at people's yards, so we'll see.
And the was it in Michigan? I think it was, yeah, where the Muslim leaders just all endorsed Trump. So hopefully that will have a good effect. Dirk gently burn, witch, burn. Will she float? I don't care if she floats, we get to burn her, right? If she sinks, then we're rid of her anyway. So either way, it's good in my opinion.
You know
Just
she
put her
beats
through
her
the test.
husband at home. You know she beats her husband at home.
And
Like,
you know he likes it.
he's just one of those little soy boys. Yes, dear. Okay, dear.
Yeah. She beats her husband while she's
Take out the
banging her
trash,
boyfriend.
bitch. Yeah. While he's watching and filming it. Sorry,
Yeah.
I got a mouth on me tonight. I'm just irritated.
Welcome to Common Censored. Let's listen to this clip and see what she's saying here.
If someone were to violate the law and not certify the election at the local level, we will come for you. So any local certifier thinking of skirting the law and not certifying the vote, don't even think about it because we'll get it.
She could be
I let
Christia.
Gretchen Whitmore eat my pussy every night.
This bitch could be
With
Chrystia
Doritos.
Freeland's evil twin. You know Chrystia Freeland, that crazy Canadian lady who's always next to Justin Trudeau, who looks like she's always all coked up and twitching and doing all crazy shit. It looks like a clone of Jocelyn Benson that came out slightly wrong. Let's check out this
How
one.
quickly do you expect to
Are
get
her
results?
eyes fucked up?
Well,
Lizard.
One looks
eyes
bigger
or
than the
something.
other. Yeah, I'm surprised she hasn't stuck her forked tongue out yet.
For real.
And the results of our highest turnout election in Michigan history within 24 hours of the polls closing. The unofficial results were completed by 8 p.m. on Wednesday. So we're tracking that again this year. We do have more options to process ballots sooner than Election Day, which is where we were restricted in 2020. So I'm optimistic we could see results even sooner, but I would estimate end of the day on Wednesday.
No, we're going to bring in semis loads of ballots this time.
Yeah, just like Jesse Morgan driving some kind of UPS or USPS, something like that, truck down from Bethpage, New York, to Pennsylvania with hundreds of thousands of votes for the steal. Exposed by the Amistad Project in 2020. The comments here are fucking hilarious. Dirk, you could park a car on that forehead between her eyes. Send this woman to the fields. Toil
That
for
is
my
one
food.
nasty three-way if you think about it.
No.
Is that Whitmore up on top?
No, that's all her. That's all her.
Oh, it's all her?
Yeah.
Damn, she is a lizard.
Dude,
She
she's
doesn't look
totally
the
a lizard
same in all of
person.
them.
Did you see the video of the dude from Rammstein, that German band, metal band, where he's on stage and he looks forward and his eyes turn into little slits?
No.
That dude may be a lizard person too. Sean sent me that one from Anderson Inc. and I was like looking at it and the dude went and got the footage right from the original feed. It's weird, man. It's weird. Maybe lizard people among us. There may
Mama, I'm
indeed
working
be
on our
lizard
death
people.
race. I don't know if regular
Nice.
bullets will kill these people.
Yep, we did. Silver bullets and death rays. Yep. We need him immediately. Get back to work. Get off the podcast and go finish the death rays. So everybody's reporting on this. Nick Sortor as well. Michigan Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson says there's a nationwide issue with Dominion voter access terminals. Of course there is. Preventing people from making certain selections. According to her office, this programming issue cannot be fixed. And voters are being forced to deal with
Then
it.
go to paper. Go to paper.
Yeah.
Period.
Paper ballots counted on election day. Finito. That's it. Dude, what was it? Arizona, one of these states, they just made it so that they can accept mail-in ballots that don't even have postmarks up to 3 days after the election. This is
They are just
blatant
shitting on our
steal. Yeah.
Constitution. Just shitting
Straight
on
up. Straight up. So this, Sortor asks over here a good question. Why was this, quote, issue not caught during the testing period? And why can't we just use paper ballots? Your guess is as good as mine. This is absolutely really not good news. Ryan Matta over here posting also, Dominion voting machines are rigging the 2024 election again. Congress must subpoena Dominion CEOs immediately and hold a congressional oversight hearing. Remember we played that video last week? It was like a half-hour video of a dude breaking down the origins of the Smartmatic software relating to the Venezuelan dictatorship and how they purchased or got involved with Dominion, who had only run one race at the time, and used them as a vector to make the software go worldwide, basically. Super insane. Real Robert, and here we go again. Dominion rigging systems, quote, affected nationwide. Dominion's best friend, Jocelyn Benson. This is a nationwide issue with Dominion machines hit by a voting bug. In other words, in 2020, let's call it a glitch. 2024, we'll call it a bug. Same thing going on. I have the link down here in the show notes, too, for this topic. Trending on X, so if you want to get all the different takes from the trending post about it, click down in the video description, and you can find all the posts trending. 3%. It's actually a good thing for our side that she admitted it. Yeah, let's put her in jail next. How about how about that?
Well,
these people, man.
They want us to go to the streets, and I hope everybody's smart enough to just not do that.
Exactly. They're trying to bait us.
Yep. They want a
per
civil war.
usual. Yeah, they really do, and they want us to start it, so we can't start it. Defensive
I just hope
action
everybody
only,
stays
guys.
home and defend.
Yep.
Defend.
Yep. How about this? We have another crazy report over here. Oh, whoa, look at this. 2020, Dominion deleted 2.7 million Trump votes from Donald J. Trump. Interesting. How about this one, though? More Michigan action. DC Drano posting this one. Wow. The RNC just dropped Michigan Democrats Michigan Democrats from counting 168,000, quote, duplicate ballots. This report was posted 4 hours ago, and the RNC acted that quickly to fix it. So much better than 2020 under Ronna McRomney, right? With Lara Trump over there as the boss hog, making sure this stuff gets handled immediatamente. Lara Lee Trump posting over here. Our election integrity team received reports of thousands of duplicate ballots in Michigan. Not just thousands, almost hundreds of thousands. What was it? 180,000?
And I was just about to say, Michigan should have been taken out right there in 2020 when they had more votes than they had people.
Yeah,
that should have been like, nope, okay, you guys don't count.
Where's
we'll
the
redo
Supreme
that.
Court, man?
Oh, the Supreme Courts are nothing but a bunch of fucking pussies.
Exactly. That's my point. Exactly. So she says, we immediately investigated and have confirmed that it was a glitch in the system. These duplicates were not and will not be counted. Yeah, glitch. We're on it and protecting the vote. Rasmussen reporting Michigan. One voter ID with 29 separate votes already. Talk about duplicates. One ID with 29 votes. But it's not a glitch because look at it. They have all these different addresses. This was planned, man, in my opinion. This is orchestrated. Different addresses associated with one voter ID. This is not a glitch. This is not a glitch. Yeah, nothing wrong here. All good. Move along, everybody. Pay no attention to the cheaters behind the machines.
We have all this shit in place, and everybody is too pussified to do their job. You know what I'm saying? We got all this shit in place, and nobody wants to do their job. I'm afraid. I don't want to do it. Fuck you, then you don't get the job. Bye.
Yeah, for real. So we got the trending link for this as well, so you can go and look at all of the various posts relating to this topic on X. Link in the description after the show if you want to do a little more of an in-depth dive and get all the various perspectives of all the people posting on X about it. That trending link will be in the description as well. Let's check in with B. Hizzy for our next post over here. B. Hizzy breaking. Colorado voting machine passwords were leaked online by the Democrat Secretary of State.
This is the one I'm telling you about. This is the one I was talking about.
This is outrageous. Specifically, over 600 passwords. Oh, nice. From B. Hizzy, yeah. 600 passwords for machines in 63 of the state's 64 counties were posted for anyone to see. Quote, BIOS passwords are highly confidential, allowing broad access for knowledgeable users to fundamentally manipulate systems and data and remove any trace of doing so. Due to the sensitivity surrounding BIOS passwords, Colorado Election Regulation 8, CCR 1505-1, Rule 20.5.2, subsection C, subsection 11, requires limited access to a select few at the Colorado Department of State. Neither county clerks nor commissioners have access to these files. From Colorado GOP. Someone signed an affidavit swearing under the penalty of perjury that they downloaded the file from Jenna Griswold's website and discovered the hidden tab by simply clicking unhide. Ooh. Hey, Secretary of Fraud Jenna Griswold, how about you start upholding election laws instead of spending all your time gaslighting the rest of us about how safe and secure our elections are? We, the voters of this state, would really appreciate it. Exactly 1 week from now, we will finally vote to restore Trump back to the White House to bring these crooks to justice. This bitch over here fixing the. You think this was an accident? I highly doubt it. She put this out there hidden so people in the know could grab it and prep to steal, in my opinion. Here's the full copy of the affidavit. Jenna Griswold's office confirmed that it did happen and that, quote, the department is working to remedy this situation where necessary. It's impossible to remedy it unless somehow you can change the BIOS passwords. But the entire system is already compromised. You'd have to do a complete new check of the entire operating system to make sure that nothing has been manipulated. And it would all have to happen.
Where's the Supreme Court again? Where's the Supreme Court?
Exactly. This is insane. Quote, the department took immediate action as soon as it was aware of this and informed the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, which closely monitors and protects the country's essential security infrastructure. And remember, they're going to have that whole essential, what is it, critical infrastructure hacking drill on the election day as well.
They postponed that.
Oh, they did? Nice.
Yep.
That's good. Good. Thanks for the update. Breaking news.
That doesn't mean they're going to not do it somewhere. They're just saying that, just telling us that.
Yeah.
They can still be doing it.
The steal is still on. Now they just don't have their cover because we exposed it. When we expose stuff early, they have to change their operations, at least some of the time. The real remedy for this is to cancel the contracts with the voting machine vendors, says Behizzy, and hand count our ballots. So here's the full affidavit sworn under penalty of perjury. If you guys want to read that, let's see.
I know what remedy it is. Paper ballots. Get rid of all the fucking machines and go straight paper. Period.
Same day counting, paper ballots. Yeah. So let's check in with MJ Truth Ultra posting about an update 2024 election. This is so bad. Colorado Secretary of State Jenna Griswold, quote, accidentally had over 600 BIOS passwords for voting machines across 63 counties on their website for months. If you knew where to look, let me tell you how shady this is and how corrupt Jenna Griswold is. These passwords were found on a spreadsheet on the Secretary of State's website, accessible through a, quote, hidden tab, which was discovered and publicized, meaning virtually only those who knew the hidden tab was there knew where to look. All she had to do was let people know. Hey, stealers, there's a hidden tab there. Find your passwords, do your thing. Jenna Griswold knew about this since last week, but did not notify county clerks who run the elections. The Republican Party went public about this. Jenna Griswold's history of election interference. Mesa County Clerk Tina Peters was recently arrested, charged after she submitted a forensic report that Jenna Griswold and Dominion destroyed election data in the 2020 election. That's what I was talking about. She preserved the data, got sentenced to 10 years in prison as a result. And Griswold's the same woman who tried to get Trump removed from the ballot in Colorado, said he was a threat to democracy. Not a threat to democracy. This is bananas. Bananas. Gateway pundit.
She looks like
reporting about it as well.
She looks like a horse's ass. She's one ugly broad.
I plead the fifth. Brutal Colorado news anchor shreds Jenna Griswold on live TV over voting machine leak scandal. Presses her on potential prison time like Tina Peters and demands to know if she'll resign. She not only should resign, she should be due processed right into a volcano, in my opinion.
Yep,
Emphasis
she
on due
fell out
process.
of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down, plus the roots.
And then got beaten by the ugly stick by the dude who found her.
Is she married? Because
you could shave a dog's ass and make it walk backwards.
Look at that fucking face.
No, I don't want to do that.
They all look the same.
Television interview. Oh, it's like they're carbon copies of, you know a leftist when you look at it one. But yeah, 9 News anchor Kyle Clark put Jenna Griswold in the hot seat over the scandalous leak of the BIOS passwords. Let's check out the video somewhere down here.
Yeah, she's the one that said, I did that to prove to everybody that the elections can be hacked and rigged. No, bitch, you put it out there. That's not hacking. That's just...
Yeah, it's insane, man. These people are open, blatant criminals. Let's check out this crazy interview.
Secretary of State Jenna Griswold, thank you for your time today. So your office is acknowledging that you inadvertently leaked voting system passwords by putting them on your website. Colorado Republican Party says that this was more than 600 BIOS passwords for voting systems in all but one Colorado county. Is that accurate?
Bad.
That is not accurate.
How many passwords and for which counties?
Oh my God, AIDS.
So a spreadsheet located on the department website improperly had a hidden tab with partial passwords. So I think that is really important. This is not the full password to access voting equipment. At this point, we had started an investigation and actually have people in the field that have been working on this issue.
When you say partial passwords, do you mean that it had one of the 2 passwords required to get into the system, or it did not even have one full password?
It had one of 2, and not for all voting components, for some voting components in the state.
How many counties?
At this point, Kyle, we have staff in the field looking at the situation, but we will disclose after they're out of the field. To be very clear, we do not see this as a full security threat to the state. This is not a security threat. There are 2 passwords to get into any voting component along with physical access. We have layers of security, and out of just an abundance of caution, have staff in the field changing passwords, looking at access logs, and looking at the entire situation and continuing our investigation.
Is it accurate that the passwords were removed from the public portion of your website last Thursday?
Yes.
How long were they up?
They were up for several months without it being realized. As soon as my office, civil servants, became aware that they were up, we started to take action. The first step, of course, was removing those passwords. I want to be clear, not all of those passwords were active current passwords. We then started working with CISA, which is the federal agency in charge of critical infrastructure, including election infrastructure, and began our investigation.
Is it accurate that you did not notify the county clerks of this breach and they found out when the Colorado Republican Party announced it today?
What is accurate is that we had began an investigation and we're working with the appropriate...
So yes, it is accurate. You didn't inform them.
...federal partners.
Had you announced it to the county clerks?
No, we had not. We were doing an investigation.
Oh, you were doing no damn investigation.
Actually, today, before it was announced by the Republican Party.
You held a press conference last Thursday to discuss an unrelated voter fraud scheme in Mesa County. Were you aware at that time that your office had leaked the passwords?
Well, to be very clear, when you say passwords, there are 2 sets of passwords held by 2 separate parties in different locations to access voting equipment. So we do not think that this poses an immediate security threat to Colorado's elections.
Don't do that to Miss Piggy.
And at the time of the press conference, we were not aware.
Liz Cheney reminds me more of Miss Piggy.
Don't do that to Miss Piggy.
Understood. You do frequent media interviews warning of the insider threats to elections. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security defines an insider threat as somebody who uses authorized access wittingly or unwittingly to do harm. Did the actions of your office pose an insider threat to elections?
No.
And why do you say that?
For several reasons. First off, I do want to underline, given the atmosphere around this election, that this does not pose an immediate security threat to Colorado's elections. Colorado's elections have multiple layers of security. For example, there are 2 unique passwords held by 2 different parties in 2 different locations to access any of the voting
looking for the Adam's apple.
On top of that, you need physical access. So those 2 sets of passwords need to be used in person. Under Colorado law, there's a series of new and improved laws actually about how...
And we've seen how easy it is to get physical access. You go in there with a ballpoint pen and a USB drive and you can rig a machine in under a minute. Documented since the 2000s by Bev Harris at blackboxvoting.org. Recently shown in a Georgia court, demonstrated in person. This is absolutely insane.
how we store voting equipment. It has to be in secure rooms. There's a secure ID badge that creates an access log anytime someone goes into those rooms. There's 24/7 video camera recording all election equipment. There's restricted access.
Didn't stop them, Ruby and Shay Freeman, from rigging the vote in Georgia after they claimed a water main falsely broke.
She beats
allegedly.
and eats her cats and eats her cat litter.
They're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the pets of the people that live there, now in Colorado too, apparently.
Access to ballot areas, strict chain of custody laws. And on top of that, of course, we have paper ballots and risk limiting audits, but we have layers of security to ensure that our elections continue to be some of the best in the nation. And a lot of those security measures that I just mentioned are new and improved since 2021.
In 2021, when Mesa County's voting system passed,
That's it. The feds are definitely throttling my internet, guys.
passwords leaked. Your office said, quote, the public disclosure of the BIOS passwords for one or more components of Mesa County's voting system alone constitutes a serious breach of voting system security protocols. By that standard, did your office commit a serious breach of voting system security protocols?
No. There's several things. First off, the situation in Mesa County is very distinct to the situation that we are facing today. Because of that, Tina Peters was just convicted of 9 years of incarceration.
You fucking bitch. All she did was do her job and preserve the records that you guys tried to destroy, allegedly.
We were actively investigating the password disclosure as part of a bigger security breach in Mesa County.
Pardon me. What your office said was that the public disclosure of the BIOS passwords alone constituted a serious breach of voting system security. So now that your office has leaked passwords, does that also constitute a serious breach of voting system security protocols?
Well, to push back on you, Kyle, that sentence is in the press release, but there is a much bigger press release. And part of that investigation in Mesa County was 2 sets of passwords, unauthorized access, stolen passwords, and it was in a different time. Since 2021 and what happened in Mesa County, our security has improved, including the 24/7-hour cameras, including the badge and access. The law has been significantly strengthened since then. We have multiple layers in place to ensure situations like Mesa County don't occur, and that is not what is occurring here.
Again, the word choice that it was the passwords alone that constituted the serious breach was, again, the words used by your office.
It's on a different, I don't have all of my little video clips on this layout with the 2
I'll throw
presenters.
it. Bullshit flag.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
What have you done to determine whether those passwords have been used by an unauthorized person in the months that your office had them online?
Oh, I got it on here.
Well, we started an investigation immediately after discovering that some of the passwords were online. Again, we have no reason to believe that there are any security breaches or compromises in the state of Colorado.
That is a security breach, bitch!
Oh my
We've been working with federal partners. We have people in the field right now going and changing passwords, looking at access logs, looking at chain of custody books.
Yeah,
By the way, they were already looking at chain of custody for weeks.
Right.
We do take this seriously, but the action is out of an abundance of caution. We have a great deal of confidence in our elections, and out of an abundance of caution, continue our investigation and are working in the field today, but before this even broke.
So after the Mesa County passwords leaked in 2021, you said that your team couldn't confirm that the BIOS passwords hadn't been used at some point to alter the setting of the machines. That's why, among other reasons, you ordered that the county stop using them. Why no similar order here prior to your investigation of whether these machines were illegally entered?
So what is your question? I'm sorry, Kyle.
The question is, in 2021, you ordered Mesa County to stop using the machines for which passwords were leaked because you said your team could not confirm whether the machines had been illegally accessed.
So the passwords leaked previously as well. Like, this is not a new problem. These people, man, they didn't fix it after last time.
And that your team has not yet completed the assessment of whether any machines in Colorado have been illegally accessed. Why are they still being used?
So there's 2 different situations. In Mesa County, we knew that both passwords to access the voting equipment were used. We knew.
So you know that the digital machines are unsecure and susceptible to being manipulated. Just stop using the machines. This is not complicated.
That someone did get on to the voting equipment. And again, our security posture is much different than it was in 2021 when all this was occurring. We have no reason to believe that a Mesa County situation is happening. We don't have that. We have no evidence for that. If we do find evidence at any point that a situation like Mesa County is happening or happened, we'll take quick action. But that's just not where we're at.
Right,
in 2021, you directed the Colorado Department of State to investigate the password leak in Mesa County. Who will investigate the password leak from your office?
Well, we're disclosing
what up?
what happened. And again, Kyle, this is not the same situation as Mesa County. Mesa County was part of a larger investigation where we had good knowledge to know that 2 passwords were released,
This is where the
that
Supreme
there was
Court should come
unauthorized
in.
access, and that there was a larger
Yep.
conspiracy. We had reason to know that. That is not this situation, and I think it's really important to, be clear with what we're doing, but at the
Somebody's
same
calling her, tell her,
time,
shut the
not
fuck
compare
up.
apples to oranges. Again, if we are in a situation where we have good information to know that there is a security threat, we will notify and I will take action, but that's just not where we're at.
So just want to make sure I've got a clear answer to that question. It sounds like what you're saying is the only people investigating the actions of your office are your office, unless I'm mistaken. Is there an outside agency that's investigating what happened in your office?
Well, what happened in my office is very straightforward. We unfortunately had a civil servant upload a spreadsheet with some passwords to voting equipment. That is not the passwords needed to access the voting equipment. You need 2 sets of passwords. That is the full extent of it. We disclosed that immediately to federal agency CISA that has oversight
Bullshit.
of the nation's elections, and we've been working with them.
A final question. This is
Bullshit.
not the first time that your
People are
office
evil.
has made mistakes that have damaged voters' confidence in our elections. In 2022, your office sent out mailers to 30,000 non-citizens inviting them to register to vote. They, of course, are not eligible to register to vote. That same year, your office used Colorado's ballot tracking system to send messages to specific Coloradans encouraging them to vote when, in fact, they had already voted, causing confusion that had to be cleaned up by the county clerks. And now this leak of the voting system passwords. Given your office's repeated errors that have damaged confidence in our elections, which you
Jail
say is
time,
paramount, will you resign?
Absolutely not, Kyle. And I just want to, you're
Well.
unfairly characterizing and leaving out some
Not.
crucial information. We came out immediately and said a postcard had been sent out to people who are ineligible. The postcard clearly stated that someone had to be a U.S. citizen. No one tried to register from that group of people. We were actively tracking it.
Dude, yeah, Gator just posted the perfect meme. I can't resign. I've got an election to rig. Like, for real. Oh, it's not funny. Why am I laughing?
The Supreme Court should be in there right now going, get rid of the machines, we're going to paper. It's
Yeah,
Constitution.
they should be in there. They should be in there with flamethrowers, melting the machines as we speak.
It. And it became a situation where no one registered. And to push back even further, Kyle, Colorado is tied for #1 in confidence in the country in our elections.
Bullshit.
We have stood up to situations time and time again to protect the right of Coloradans, going over and beyond what anybody would ask of civil servants in this office. I have the utmost respect.
Yeah, going above and beyond to steal.
And pride of the people who work in this office. They do a great job day in and day out. It's unfortunate that the current situation happened. We are taking it very seriously, investigating, going into the field to make sure in an abundance of caution that everything is okay. But I think it's really important not to conflate scenarios bigger than what they are.
Well, we'll just clarify this then. Given the number of fundamental errors that your office has made that have undermined voter confidence in elections, why do you think they keep happening?
I can't believe this
Why do
reporter is
errors
asking
happen?
these questions.
Kyle, there are unfortunately situations that arise every election that we are fixing as quickly as possible in the counties and once in a while from my office too. The civil servants in my office have largely been here through various administrations since Scott Gessler, Wayne Williams. They're trusted civil servants.
And they shouldn't
do
be.
an excellent job.
Yeah, they really, really should not be. Oh, they do an excellent job, Jenna Griswold. This bitch is so
my
full of
God.
shit.
Do we got to watch her anymore?
Let's
killing
finish it up.
me.
There's only like a minute and a half left.
The job and demand of running elections is ever evolving. It's getting harder and harder and harder in the threat environment and in the focus on our elections to deliver. With that, I think my office overall does a fantastic job. I have a lot of pride in the civil servants. When there is a mistake, people take it very seriously. They feel bad, but the focus is fixing the solution, which has been happening. So I do not think that characterization is fair. And I think if you ask most Coloradans on the street, they'll be the first to tell you we have great elections that we take pride in, and we are constantly disclosing anything major that is going wrong and trying to fix anything major on a very consistent basis. And with that, we always ask the legislature for more resources. We have done that repeatedly over the last years, and we will be back asking them for more resources because running elections is very complex, especially in this type of environment.
You've chosen not to tell the county clerks about this password leak. Were you going to tell the public about it if the Colorado Republican Party didn't go public with it today?
No.
So again, I am going to push back on your gotcha premise.
Exactly,
We did
JJR.
not
Flag.
decide not to disclose something to county clerks. We were actively investigating along with federal partners. We want to try to take as measured of approaches to situations as possible and gather good information. So along those lines, we are still in an active investigation. Our course remains as it was. It's to gather information, go into the counties, fix any issue that needs to be fixed out of an abundance of caution.
Did you intend to tell the public if it wasn't revealed?
We were still in investigation, working with federal partners, and had not made that decision. Again, this is not a serious threat to our elections. There is
remember, we're
no
on
security
CommonTube. I
breach. There
totally
is
forgot
no
that.
evidence of any type of
Oh, it's all
equipment being
good.
compromised. We are trying to take a measured approach with everything that is happening, both in the state of Colorado and across the country.
Secretary Griswold, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Wow. Yeah, that interviewer actually did a pretty decent job there.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Calling her out. But that's not the only crazy thing that's going on. How about this? Ian Miles Chong at Still Gray posting this. The Kamala campaign is encouraging people to lie to their families, to lie to their spouses, lie to your husband, vote for Kamala. Look at this new ad they just put out.
Your turn, honey.
In the one place in America where women still have a right to choose,
Oh my God.
you can vote any way you want. And no one will ever know.
Did you make the right choice?
Sure did, honey.
Remember, what happens in the
Oh my
booth
God.
stays in the booth. Vote Harris Walls.
Whoa.
Vote Common Good is responsible for the contents
What
of this
the
ad.
fuck was that?
It was Vote Common Good, not the Kamala campaign, but same fucking thing, basically. Moshe Hill over here at Hill with View posted, Kamala ad tells women to lie to their husbands about voting. Seriously, what is wrong with these people? These people are pure evil. It's the only explanation. It's completely ridiculous. It's pure evil.
It's
It's
cringe.
pure evil. Totally cringe, totally evil. Scary election denier next at No Man Date Sco posted this one. Election 2024 update, Northampton County Courthouse, Pennsylvania. There was a man spotted dropping off a massive amount of ballots, an obscene amount of ballots at Northampton, Pennsylvania last minute. The man in the videos has a license plate from Rhode Island. Why is he in Pennsylvania? That is a big bin of ballots. We need answers.
Excuse me. Excuse me. How many ballots you turning in there? You're supposed to only turn in one ballot per person.
I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. I'd go and knock them all out of his hand. I'd go to jail. I couldn't do it.
Do you have an affidavit for all those?
Did you just call me Cramit?
Okay.
The feds, man. The feds are throttling us.
Sure. I don't know. Apparently he's with the post office, but that looks very sus.
It's very sus.
There's somebody here in Northampton County dropping off an obscene amount of ballots at the very last second after the office is actually closed, so.
Nothing sketchy there. Just like after they closed the Georgia voting station and started scanning batches of ballots over and over.
Excuse me.
When it's closed and they're doing sketchy stuff, it's super duper sketchy.
You know, we need to have our sheriffs start stepping up. People need to step up and start doing their jobs.
For real. Sheriffs, the highest law in the land, they can kick the governor out of their counties. They can kick the feds out of their county. In their county, they are the highest law, other than the Constitution, obviously the supreme law of the land, but the highest law enforcement figure in the land. If you're not familiar with the immense power of sheriffs, look into Richard Mack, Sheriff Richard Mack. He did a lot of good work over a decade ago, making it known how powerful the sheriffs are and how useful they could be as a tool to fight back against the corrupt system. Unfortunately, some places like in Connecticut, they've completely dismantled the sheriff's program altogether to eliminate that roadblock to tyranny. So Connecticut doesn't even have any sheriffs
That's
anymore.
crazy. Did they get the vote on that?
I don't know. It happened.
Or they just did
I
it?
think a long time ago. I don't know the specific details, but MJ Truth Ultra also reporting on this. Man spotted dropping off an obscene amount of ballots in Northampton, Pennsylvania last minute with plates from Rhode Island. Might be a logical explanation, but see something, say something. It should at least be followed up by local officials. We got the license plate. We got it on video. So somebody needs to investigate
It's
this.
probably a rented car. Went through three hands
Wouldn't
already.
surprise me. Let's see what the community note says. Northampton County Executive Lamont McClure confirmed this video shows Charles Narcisco, a 25-year veteran of the U.S. Postal Service and the acting postmaster, lawfully bringing ballots into the election office. NBC News verified his identity with a photograph posted on a USPS website. So hopefully this is indeed accurate, and it's a nothing burger. But even if there are bad actors at work over here, we also have good actors at play. We got Gator over here, who voted this morning at 7 a.m. when the polls closed. Of course, he could not wear his hat, pin, or t-shirt. So what did he do? He wore his boss gangsta glasses, put on his trash bag ascot, and strolled in. There are significant reactions to be seen.
I love you, Gator.
Yeah, Gator fucking rules, dude.
I love you.
99.99% were MAGA voters, as this is Trump country, Texas. Yeah, so this is what we're all gotta do. What we're all gotta do. You guys know what to do. Election day, or if you're early voting, put on that trash bag ascot, because we're all garbage, according to Joe Biden. We'll get into that in a little bit as well. But Gator starting a trend over here with his beautiful trash bag ascot, looking like Derek Zoolander's derelict fashion campaign. Freaking awesome. Gator, you're the man. Thanks for sending me those shades again, by the way. Here he is. He voted 2024 presidential election. I salute you, Gator. That's what we need to do. We all need to be wearing trash bags when we go to vote. That is pure genius. Pure genius.
You know,
I've been...
Not to get off topic, but we on our ballot this year we got the marijuana to make it legal.
Nice.
I'm actually gonna no. I'm voting no on it.
Why?
Because it's gonna be all corporate run. You're not allowed to grow it. You're not allowed. We don't need any more government in our life.
That's stupid. Yeah, that's really stupid. On principle, I think, obviously, as I've said a million times, they needed an amendment to make alcohol illegal, and then they just went and made all kinds of other stuff illegal without a constitutional amendment. They don't have the authority.
Yep.
Putting something in your body is your right. So I don't think there should be any regulations at all regarding cannabis or other drugs. And if you disagree, then pass a constitutional amendment to give Congress the authority to, same thing. Like, we have the right now, in my opinion, to own tanks, to own bazookas, to own anything we want, nukes, if we want to. If you don't like that, then you need to pass a constitutional amendment to give the government the right to regulate what types of arms we can own.
I was actually talking to a liberal the other day, and it was a decent conversation. I was shocked. But they brought up abortion. I go, if the Democrats were so worried about abortion, why didn't they do an amendment? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't they make it constitutional? Because it's just a trigger for you guys to vote for them, that we're going to stop you from killing babies.
Right. Emotional manipulation.
Yeah.
Right. Trump had a genius answer to this the other day, or maybe it was J.D. Vance, one of the two. But they were asked about the whole abortion thing. They're like, we're going to fix people's...
ratify. That's what I meant.
Economy. Yeah. We're going to fix the economy so that people can afford babies. Because the only reason people want so many abortions right now, aside from being whores, is that nobody can afford babies. So we got to fix the economy so that there will be less demand for abortion, because people want babies if they can afford it. I want babies. You know what I mean? Who doesn't want babies if they can afford it? But nobody can afford it. And
let's kill commie too.
Loving ladies, just FYI. All right, let's do it. Time to toyminate the YouTube broadcast. If you guys are watching over there, click the link. Come join us on Rumble and X. If you can't make it, we'll catch you tomorrow. Sorry to have to ditch you, but we want to be able to speak freely and lounge where the water is warm and welcoming. So if you can't make it, we'll catch you on the flip side. Until then, let's get ready to rumble!